Loaded up the web browser, you can see the Flash animated ads. Even with the dual-core processor though, the Flash really seems to bog down the browser at times. You can see how choppy it is. I'm trying to do this pinch zoom gestures and things are just not going smoothly. Once the device catches up though, everything works pretty decently. You can tell I'm just having a real difficult time here. It's just not working that well. And if you put the Flash plug-in onto On Demand, you get a much better experience. But I have to admit, this is not working nearly as well as Motorola's Zoom has worked for me in the past. There, now that it's all caught up, it seems to be working a little bit better. You can still see I'm having problems, so it just selected text when I'm trying to double tap. Now I'm trying to select text with the handlebars here, and it's just not working well at all. So I've jumped into the settings here. I'm going to put the plugin support to On Demand, and I'm going to see how this works when we load the page up a second time without the Flash support on automatically. You notice a little green arrow. Tap on that to enable the embedded Flash function. So here we are. You can see the zooming is working smoothly now. Now that Flash has been disabled, I'm able to pan around and do everything quite nicely. So obvious that if you're going to want to use Flash on the browser on the Galaxy Tab 10.1, you're really going to want to do it in the on-demand mode. And while I'm here, why don't we look again at the text selection system. Got a long press on a word. Hope it'll come up. And try 2 fingers. Just not having luck with this system here. Let's try zooming in tighter. There we go. Really not working very well, all things considered. And once you do have the text selected, then you can hit copy, and I could jump into a different application like email, create a new message, jump in here, long press, get paste button, and boom, there it is. You'll notice it works much better here inside the message editor, where you're probably more likely to use it, but really disappointing with how it worked in the browser so far. So here I am in the camera application. You can see we've got some settings here. Resolution, it's 3 megapixel, 3.2. A couple different scenes, white balance, effects like that, and of course you have access to Flash. I can turn the Flash off manually or on all the time. Use this button here to switch between the 2 different cameras. And use this switch here to go back and forth between video and stills. So you can see I'm recording a 720p HD video right now, very close up of this remote control. And if I flip back here, I can take a photo of it instead. Just hold down on the button. It'll get focused, and I'll let go to take the picture. Tap down here to get to the gallery. See, we can zoom in pretty tightly. This is a flash shot. This device does have a flash on it. Camera seems to do a pretty good job. Switch back over, we can take a look at the videos recorded. Here's the one we just recorded. Pretty nice quality. Then we can flip through some others. And you can see here's one I recorded with the forward-facing camera. And see the quality is not nearly as good as what you get with the rear-facing camera. If you jump into the gallery from a shortcut or the main menu, you get a slightly different view than you do from the camera. You can see we've got some Picasa accounts hooked up here, and this is what we've shot with the camera. Just tap on something and zoom in, take a look at it. Also notice when I tap, I get a little film strip kind of thing down the bottom. You can, of course, just swipe back and forth. Able to share images right here based on whatever applications you have installed. Rotate, and of course you can get rid of the image altogether. This is the Google Books application. It uses the 3D render script system, so you get cool effects. Load up the pages here. Again, I have to repeat, we're on a very slow internet connection. You can see we can just grab the page and flip it over. Very cool the way it works. If we go back, we can access it through the widget as well. And because you know you want to see it, here's Angry Birds on the Galaxy Tab 10.1, just so you can see it takes advantage of the full-size screen on the tablet. And of course I downloaded Angry Birds from the Android market, which you can see right here. The look is significantly different from what you get on smartphones, organized a bit differently. Unfortunately, it's still a bit flaky, and there are not a ton of tablet-specific applications. I find that when I install things that sometimes it loads up multiple windows, and you'll even see multiple windows showing up here in the Task Manager. Just not always working the way I expected, although it does seem to be a bit better in Android 3.1 than it was in 3.0. And like most Android devices, we have a copy of Google Maps pre-installed. Nice honeycomb controls at the top. I can switch on the satellite view, for example, or other layers up here. Turn that off and maybe turn traffic back on. And we'll try the two-finger gesture to get into the 3D mode. You can see the traffic reports on US 1, which is running nearby here. Here's a YouTube client installed. Grab a random video here, tap on it from the widget. It's the Rise of the Planet of the Apes trailer. Here you can see it, and I can jump into full screen mode. It looks pretty good. Before I wrap up, just want to show you some of the other wallpapers that are available. Pick some live wallpapers here. You can also set separate lock screen versus home screen wallpapers. So, for example, I've changed the home screen wallpaper to this one here. Then I could change the lock screen wallpaper to this one here. Set the crop. Hit OK. Now I'll turn the device off, power it back on. We've got the new lock screen wallpaper, as well as the new desktop wallpaper. So there you have it. That is my quick look at the very sexy Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. It's a really thin device, has a nice feel in the hands, fine display. I'm still not a huge fan of Android Honeycomb. 3.1 makes a few improvements, but I was really hoping for Samsung to throw more TouchWiz on this and just make the thing a little bit more usable, more intuitive. Still, it's a good product though, with the exception of maybe the Flash support inside the browser. Flash really beats on this device pretty hard from what I can tell. In any case, that is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. It will be available starting June 8th in New York City for $499.99 for the 16 gig model here. $599.99 will be the price of the 32 gig model when that's available. And I'm Michael Orl from MobileBurn.com.